Y'all are always looking for insider info, right? Here it is. When the Jaguars sent their roster cuts to the assembled media at TIAA Bank Field yesterday, I was the one that wondered aloud, I've seen a couple of the guys who are no longer Jaguars complying with the mandatory mask mandate for unvaccinated players. I wonder if that played into roster cuts at all. 20 minutes later, in our availability with Urban Meyer, a Times Union columnist asked Meyer if, and I quote, vaccination status played a role in players making the roster. Here was Meyer's response.
Everyone was considered. That was part of the production. Let's start talking about this, and then also, is he vaccinated or not? Can I say that was a decision maker? It was certainly in consideration.
I'm literally going to put the transcript up here on your television screen so you can read that yourself. Because for whatever the reason, this honest answer has sparked an NFLPA investigation and drawn the ire of national pundits. Personally, I don't understand how or why this struck such a chord. Per NFL guidelines, if an unvaccinated player is a close contact, let alone tests positive for the virus, they are out 7 to 10 days. If a vaccinated player is a close contact, they can continue practicing. In a bottom line business, you'd rather have the guy who's most likely to be available to play, right? It's not like this is just the National Football League, folks. Just look at some of the news that rolled out across the other major league sports leagues today, just in the past 12 hours. The Washington Nationals became the first known Major League Baseball team to part ways with unvaccinated full-time employees. Note, that does not include players. However, in the NBA, unvaccinated players in markets with local requirements will not be allowed to enter the arena for practice or games unless they have approved medical or religious exemptions. And for those who want to rail on Urban for stirring the pot, we already had this conversation 4 months ago to the day. Bill's GM Brandon Beane said he would consider vaccination status when making roster moves in May. For what it's worth, the Bills have several players on their roster who are unvaccinated, as do the Jags. And some of those players were never in danger of being cut. Vaccination status be damned. But when it comes to the final 2 or 3 roster spots, where it's really close to who makes it and who doesn't, yeah, it's a factor. Note, a contributing factor, not the sole reason. Take the football part out of it. Heck, let's take the vaccine part out of it. Let's say this is a driver's license. It's a choice. You don't have to have one necessarily. Let's say this is your company. Whether you work at a factory, in a dentist office, or a restaurant, if it's going to allow more people to be able to work, to get to work, if it's going to allow the company to operate more smoothly, why not? We're all thinking it. Urban Meyer was the only one honest enough to say it. We're back after this timeout.